Hello everyone, Anina back for Vivid Earth with another fireplace video today. So, over the last few weeks and months, many of you may have felt a lot of different symptoms, many of whom are sensitives, intuitives, awakened souls. I know you've been reporting of so many different physical and emotional and energetic shifts because I've heard many of it firsthand. Now, a lot of these symptoms are linked to what we could call a crystalline body upgrade or DNA light activation. That's got to do with the Schumann Resonance that we see spiking almost on a daily basis now. We see that with the geomagnetic weather report, all the solar storms, geomagnetic storms, solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and all of this light that's hitting the planet right now, and also coupled with our own awakening. That's also changing the frequency of the planet. So it goes two ways. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of maybe what you might have been feeling, what are some of the upgrades about. We've had some pretty powerful cosmic activity, especially this July. It's been building up over a couple of months quite drastically. And these all have to do with our evolution, the evolution of our DNA, our crystalline light body integration. We're becoming more light. We can absorb more light as the months go by, which is wonderful, of course, but not many understand this and not many know quite how to cope with it because it's not always that comfortable. So yeah, we are becoming more crystalline. We activating the plasma within our own body. So if you think about the fact that we are 80% water, or some reckon even more, then isn't plasma and crystal just another form of water? Yes, it is. So the water inside our body is changing and upgrading. We're becoming more light. We're able to hold more light as we move into higher realms, as we move up in density and up into a new dimension. The fifth dimension is a sort of baseline, which it will be for Earth soon, at least for the new Earth. There may be those that choose a different timeline, and that's okay. We have to respect their decision. Everything will happen in divine timing. But, this doesn't mean that we're going to turn into quartz. It's rather that our bioenergetic field and cellular makeup are being infused with higher frequencies, allowing for greater light retention, multidimensional awareness, and less density. Hence, we are able to hold more light. We are able to exist in higher frequencies in this way. So we are getting these upgrades day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, and we've seen how this has been really picking up speed over the last few years. And this may show up, especially the recent ones. You may be feeling buzzing or sparkling under your skin. You might have heat waves or cold chills, not related, of course, to any illness, just out of the blue. You might have a craving for more pure water. You might, in fact, be very thirsty, like I have been. You might crave mineral salts, electrolytes, or sunlight. I know I have. It's winter here in the southern hemisphere and in South Africa where I am. Just not my favorite season. So when we do get some sunshine, we make sure we soak it all up. Otherwise, if it's gone, we might go days or even, weeks sometimes without any sunshine. So it's important to soak it up. And then I've also had a craving for things like coconut water, which, holds a lot of electrolytes as well. Because I've just been very thirsty. I think it's often more, the mineral salts and the electrolytes in the water that we are craving, because we are also electrical beings. So that helps assimilate all of these energies and the light that we have to integrate into our bodies. So you might even be more sensitive to any synthetic substances, alcohol, dense foods. So you might not feel so good if you consume any of these, because they're not really helping. And remember, our bodies often go into like a detox mode to get rid of all the densities, the poisons, the toxins. So those things are going to, make it worse for you. You might feel worse. So just see how you feel, and honor your body. We're also seeing like a nervous system recalibration. Our nervous systems have been under a lot of pressure lately. I think a lot of us have felt that buzzing in the nervous system, or that sort of wiredness, tired but wired. I know I have. You could even feel it in your nerve endings, with the top of your head, or in your extremities, or you will feel that current running through your nervous system. You might even have heart palpitations or anxiety. You might be feeling some trembling inside of you. You might have sleep disruptions. I think a lot of us have had that. I know that I am awake at midnight, very, very awake, and then tired at other times during the day when I'm not supposed to be tired. So, just honor your body. If you really need to rest, you need to take a nap, you need to take a day off, do that. Honor your body, because that's going to help you tremendously in the long run. That's not you being lazy. It's not you being weak. It's not you being, whatever third dimensional program we've been programmed with. You're honoring your body, and your body is going through a lot, and your body is upgrading. So by honoring your body, you're actually making a lot more progress. Then we're seeing a DNA and an RNA reactivation. So we're moving beyond that dormant DNA structures. We are activating what many refer to as junk DNA, which we know is not junk at all. These are the latent gifts that we are reawakening now. They are all lumped into what they call junk DNA. We only have access to 3-4% right now. Imagine what we will do when we activate 50%, even 50% more DNA, which is going to take time. So it'll be incremental leaps in consciousness, activating your DNA and those, dormant gifts that we were all supposed to have access to, and which we are reawakening. So, these could be like telepathy, light language, higher dimensional memory. I've had some of that. Galactic ancestry, discovering more of your galactic ancestry. So this may feel like, spontaneous remembering or déjà vu from other timelines. Okay, part 2 of my energy update. As you can see, the fire is not doing so well, but at least the sun has come out. So that's the good news. I left off with the DNA and RNA reactivation. The fact that we're now unlocking our junk DNA and using these divine light codes really to reactivate our gifts that has always been there, just lying dormant. We're reactivating those gifts. So you might have like spontaneous déjà vu. Could be from other timelines. Most of the time when we have déjà vu, it's actually from another timeline that's kind of overlapping, or that you kind of temporarily peek into. You feel like you've been in that exact place before, and you've heard that person say that exact same thing before. That's deja vu. Or you might hear other kind of languages, tonal, non-linear, not language that we know or understand. You might hear other languages being spoken. You might see number sequences like 1111, 144, 444, 17, which I see a lot. Those are all hints. Okay. And then also increasing awareness of your origins, your starseed origins, where you're from, your multidimensional self, your role in the galactic community. All of these things are going to start opening itself up to you. And then we also we are experiencing a lot of detox and cellular shedding. As I said before, the densities are literally being shed from the cells. Because to hold more light, the body must release all the old densities, right? Otherwise, you can't hold the light. So sometimes it can be a painful process. It can make you feel pretty crappy, but it's all for the highest good, right? Of you and our awakening and ascending collective. You might have digestive issues temporarily, so different parts of the body will detox and upgrade doing different solar flares, and depending where you are on your journey, it may differ from other people. But there will be overlapping similarities, and that's all good. You might have skin breakouts or rashes. You might have, waves of emotion, grief, anger, loss, sadness. You might need to cry, sweat, purge, release the energy, or even isolate, which a lot of us have been doing. You're also getting, chakra and glandular updates, the pineal gland, pituitary, the thyroid, the heart field are especially active right now, forming the crystalline axis of spiritual embodiment. Signs of this activation could be pressure in your third eye or your crown, ringing in the ears, sensations around the heart, expansion, fluttering, heaviness, hormonal changes or sleep-wake rhythm resets. So, what is actually supporting this crystalline shift? Well, we've had several portals. Most recently, the most significant one was the 777 portal. 77 portal, but I say it's 777 because of the 25, the year that adds together into another 7. So these amplified light codes that came through Sirius and galactic center alignments, is amplifying this. And actually, I started getting quite severe ascension symptoms right after the 7-7 portal, and right after I had a 7-7 ceremony for my retreat participants at a sacred site in South Africa, what they call Adam's Calendar, which is the oldest stone circle in the world, older than Giza, older than Stonehenge, as much as 500,000 years old. So, with that, there's a lot of integration needed. And with the solar flares, it was just like hitting me from all sides. So I've been feeling it the last few weeks, and some of you I know have as well. And, the sunspots, the solar flares, the photonic bombardment that we've been seeing, it's just been activating it. But I think we're in a lighter phase now. I'm certainly feeling a lot better. In fact, I'm feeling very energized. I feel like I'm definitely in the new moon energy already, because I've had so many downloads and restarted so many projects that I have kind of paused over the last, couple of months. Restarted them and made a lot of progress, and did a lot, had a lot of work done sort of end of last week and this past weekend. So, all the Schumann Resonance spikes, it's recalibrating our circadian rhythms, our cellular rhythms. And, in terms of astrology, with Uranus and Gemini, which happened this July, it's revolutionizing our nervous system, our communication, our perception matrix. We may perceive things very differently than we did before. Suddenly you just have a different level of understanding or understanding of things that just came out of the blue. So these are the kind of shifts that may happen. So, just a little bit of guidance as we go through all this, and sort of many of you might still feel a lot of these symptoms. Some of us already out of it. Just, hydrate, drink a lot of water. The water also help with your electromagnetic system and to flush out all the toxins and the detox that you might be experiencing, and of course help absorb minerals as well. So the salts are very important as well. I'm just gone blank. The the Celtic salt, the Celtic grey salt, sea salt, very potent. Some say Himalayan salt is still very good, but I kind of am not into that anymore. So other guidance that you can follow during the phase of cellular upgrade, apart from hydrating, eat lighter, eat more fruits, fresh fruits, raw greens, and you might also need some more grounding root vegetables, potatoes, sweet potatoes, things like that. That will help you feel grounded if you feel a little bit floaty or buzzy. Do earthing, touch the earth, be close to nature, spend time in a forest, have your bare feet on the ground or the lawn. Just do that for 20 minutes while getting some sun, doing some sun gazing, and you'll recharge your body and you'll accelerate the detox process. You'll make it smoother, easier for you. And other than that, just listen to the body. What does it need? Does it need rest? Even when your left brain tells you it shouldn't be resting now, will you honor the fact that it may need some extra rest? Maybe a nap in the middle of the day, if that's what it needs. So just listen to your body. Don't force it. It knows what it needs. It knows what's best for it. And we don't live in ordinary times. We live in extraordinary times, unusual times. So it calls for different kind of practices, habits that you may not have done otherwise. We are going through a timeline split at the moment, and all these solar activities, the Schumann Resonance is a part of that. It helps anchor in the timeline split, the bifurcation of the higher timeline and the lower timeline. Just make sure you stay firmly anchored into the higher timeline. Sometimes we hit a bit of a wobble, we get thrown down to the ground, and then gently and without judgment, we pick ourselves up and we go forward. We keep on moving forward. That's the important thing. So, the one part will lead to more fear, more anger, the one timeline, control, disempowerment, perhaps AI-driven disconnection. On the higher timeline, it will be all about sovereignty, peace, unconditional love, embodiment, being open-minded, open-hearted, cosmic remembrance, harmony with organic life and the earth grids, because we are part of the earth. We can't separate from the earth while we're in this human body. And remember, a reminder that AI is what we